So, here I am again, inside of walk-in studios, setting auditions, recording my heart out, trying my best, fresh off of some recent coaching, which was awesome, and implementing the new things that I learned, see how it goes. And so far, so good. Paid off. But I still find myself in the same spot as I was before. Let me show you. So this is my Voices.com profile. And I wanted to show this to you guys so you can see where I'm at. If you're getting started in this, just like I am, these are things that you'll want to pay attention to. I'm not doing super great in a couple aspects, maybe pretty good in others. Demo listens, okay. Not sure if that's good or not. I'm sure it could be better. Demo favorites, 0. That is definitely not a good thing. Hired jobs, 3. As I've mentioned in the past, those 3 jobs were from the same person, so I technically count them as just 1, which would make this booking ratio look a lot worse, as bad as it is already. But I am pretty happy about this. 138 audition listens, 21 shortlisted. Now, seems like a pretty good ratio, honestly. However, shortlists don't pay the bills. I understand we're supposed to celebrate the little wins, and I think that's a pretty good ratio for shortlists to actual auditions listened to. Not bad. I'll take it. But I still need to do better. Not so much in getting more shortlists. Obviously, we can work our way towards that, but I need to win these jobs. That's a lot of people that said, hey, that's really good, better than the rest, or better than most anyways, but still not good enough. So I don't know if it's just luck. I don't know if it's just the quality of work that comes in through Voices.com, but I need to start expanding. And I've been talking about this forever now, so it's time to finally do this. I'm jumping on to Voice123. So it's important to note that I'm not necessarily making Voice123 to be the end-all, be-all of voice actors and an absolutely necessary step along your journey. But I am making it a step along mine. I put out a video a while back talking about the different platforms, the pay-to-pay platforms, pay-to-play, did I say that right? Pay-to-play platforms that are ones that I'm going to consider. This is one of them, and it's just taken me a long time to get on board. I'm fully aware that ideally, I want to be finding work on my own. I want to be reaching out to these companies that are looking for voice actors. I want to be using social media and LinkedIn and all of those ways that a good established professional voice actor gets their work. But I'm just being real to myself that I'm not ready for that. If I have 21 shortlists on Voices.com, but not winning anything, then while it does tell me I'm on the right path, I'm still missing something, which is why I'm not actually winning these jobs. So Voice123 is going to be my next step. Now, the reason why I started showing you my Voices.com profile and my statistics is because on Voices.com, you can audition to your heart's content, not win anything, not get shortlisted, and it's no big deal. You just keep doing what you do. Should you win anything, a percentage of what you make goes to Voices.com. So they take their yearly membership, the annual membership, and then they take a little cut of what you make per job. So it's fine by them. If you win the job, cool, they'll make money. If not, no big deal. So in that sense, the algorithm can be very forgiving. Voice123 is not like that in any way, shape, or form. You need those thumbs ups or shortlists comparatively. Without those, you start to dip in the rankings and in the algorithm, and you start getting auditions later. Maybe other people see them before you do. Maybe everything's just kind of auditioned for with tens of hundreds of people already auditioning by the time it makes it to you. Whatever the case might be, it affects you pretty negatively. So the reason I'm doing this now is because I seem to be doing okay with at least getting recognized for quality work. Why I'm not winning, I'm not sure. But I'm going to give this a shot to see if maybe I have better luck over here on Voice123. Because at least I know that I have some things in order. My audio's clean. My script interpretations seem to be okay, at least for now. And if you saw on my statistics, I've actually been invited to well over 800 auditions, but only submitted or only had like 130 something listened to. So I am being selective, which is one of the important things about Voice123. You don't want to audition for things that you're just not going to win. I'm a 50-year-old guy. I'm not going to audition for something that's for someone in their early 20s or a teenager. I'm just not going to be able to pull that off. So hopefully the algorithm at the very least helps me out by sending things that I know that I can and should audition for, because if I do that, then I stand a better chance of getting shortlisted, increasing my ranking overall. Because if they send me something that maybe just slipped through the cracks, that I shouldn't audition for at all, but I tried anyways just because for the practice, then I'm not going to get shortlisted, and then that hurts me. So in that regard, I feel like I'm ready. I'm going to do this. And another reason why I haven't jumped into it already is because it does cost a lot more. We're going to go into some of the pricing tiers so you can see what it is I'm talking about. But that affects how well you do on the site as well. Or at the very least, it affects your opportunity on the site. Now, again, this is going to be a step in my journey. It's a next step in my journey, and it might be a next step for you as well. But again, reiterating, like I said, ultimately, you want to be at the point where you can build enough work that this kind of stuff is either just supplemental on the side or just not needed anymore. But I'm feeling like it's the path for me. And until I can start winning some work confidently, comfortably, consistently, then I'm not going to start putting myself out there submitting demos that aren't quite ready yet to these agencies that are just going to listen to it and toss it. I want to make sure I have enough opportunity to grab their attention. And until I can start doing this on my own, at the very least on pay-to-play sites, this is going to be my next step. So with that in mind, let me show you what I'm talking about in regards to the pricing tiers. Okay, so this is where I'm at in regards to my profile and setting it up. As I'm sure you know, as I spoke about with voices.com and even back with Fiverr, whatever options you have to fill in an answer, fill it in. Even if it's a simple one, you can always elaborate on it later. And I'm still going to have to go back and finish up mine as well. But fill out your profiles as much as you possibly can. Every opportunity to give them some information, give them information. So when it comes to the tiers themselves, there's a lot of discussion about this, right? So free, chances are you're not going to get a lot of quality work on the free plan. That's why it's free. $199 a year, it's about half, a little less than half of what I paid for voices.com. $395 a year, which says recommended, is kind of on par with voices.com, and I'm sure you can win some work there. I know people that have won plenty of work on there. $888 a year. Now, if you were to take the advice of some other YouTubers, I'm just going to say some YouTubers that are out there giving advice on Voice123, that's the recommended tier level. And quite honestly, it's the one that I'm going to jump on. As you know, it's part of my struggle, part of my story. There was a lot of issues with unemployment and not being able to afford some of the stuff that I wanted to do. Things have settled down a little bit, been working. I feel like I'm in the position to really go at this. If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in. So that's going to be my choice. If you're filling this out alongside me and you're watching this video a week after I posted it, a year after I posted it, please do what's comfortable for you. I'm not saying the 888 plan is necessary. I'm saying that it's my choice for myself. I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball, as the saying goes, in regards to not being able to do this a lot sooner than I should have. So I'm going to make up for lost time, and I'm going to jump in. By doing the 888 plan, you at the very least assure that you get some of these auditions a little earlier than other people. Jump in and submit your auditions sooner than other people might. Now, I still have the very real scenario of having a day job and having to fit in these auditions in between my lunch breaks and things like that, which isn't always ideal, but I have to do what I have to do. So this is what I'm going to do. This is my next step. I'm honestly very excited about this. I spoke about in my last video that I'm not auditioning enough, quite literally sometimes 2 auditions a day, and I need to put more auditions on my plate. I need to get more work out there. I feel like voices.com is a good place for practicing the actual act of auditioning, of what it's like to read through a script and look at the brief and what the directions are, and what they're looking for, and interpreting the script and submitting it without penalty. If you win something, awesome. If you get shortlisted, cool. But this is now a little more real, because I'm putting money into this, and if I don't manage it right, it's money that's lost. Because if I don't get those shortlists or those thumbs up, then it hurts me. It hurts the algorithm, or the algorithm hurts me, and I start getting low quality work, and the $888 that I'm about to spend on this goes down the drain. So that's my next step. Voice123. We'll see how it works. It's just one of the many pay-to-play sites that are out there, but it is a reputable one, and it's one that seems to be a pretty common step in most people's journey to being a professional voiceover actor. This is still something I'm very much interested in, very much invested in, and honestly, I have you guys to thank for the motivation that you've given me to keep going forward. One of these days, I'll make a good thank you video and recognize some of the guys that have been very encouraging along the way. But with that in mind, I hope you stick with me through this to see how this works out, to see me go to my next step. Please like and subscribe so that you can see what those next steps might be. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching to the very end, and we'll see how this goes. I'll talk to you soon.